We are still here. The clocks have not moved.
Alternate geopolitics isn't a theory. It's a protocol. And Protocol Sundial proves it. In 1977, the North American Federation signed a treaty with a power that doesn't exist on any map. A parallel state born from a history that split from ours in 1964. The first page frames it as a resource-sharing agreement. Oil, rare minerals, the boring currency of nations. But Vault 27 just received the real document. And I need you to listen carefully, because once you see what's on page 9, you'll understand that everything you're about to piece together is a lie designed to make you stop digging. Page 14 has a section called Mirror Personnel Transfer. It lists 16 names, all of them deceased in our timeline, all of them alive in theirs. The agreement? A prisoner exchange, or so it says. Think like an investigator. Why would a parallel state trade dead men for living ones? To embed sleepers, obviously. They would send their versions into our world to spy on the Soviets. It makes perfect sense. You'd close the file satisfied, right? Except the Soviet Union in their timeline collapsed in 1964. They weren't spying on Moscow. They were spying on us. So I asked a new, terrifying question. Who authorized the swap from our side? I cross-referenced the names with other Vault 27 files. One name appears somewhere it shouldn't. Daniel Kellerman. In our world, a mid-level bureaucrat who died in a 1971 car crash. In theirs, a rising political prophet who was about to prevent an assassination. The treaty wasn't a spy exchange, it was a rescue mission. They brought Kellerman here to stop a murder that was supposed to happen in our timeline. The target, Senator Robert Calloway, a man who should have been killed in 1979, but thanks to Kellerman, was saved. You feel that relief? That moment where the pieces click and the world makes sense again. Let go of it. Because Calloway was killed in 1979, shot at a rally. A lone gunman took the blame. The history books are closed. Here's the part that made my hands shake. The Sundial document suggests Kellerman wasn't Calloway's savior. He was the reason Calloway was murdered. The other side, the parallel state, they realized their mistake. By sending Kellerman, they created the very event they were trying to erase. So they sent a cleaner, a man from their timeline to correct the anomaly. The gunman who shot Calloway wasn't a lone radical. He was a temporal janitor, aiming for Kellerman, hitting Calloway by accident. We don't live in one timeline under threat. We live in the crossfire of a silent war. Two realities correcting and overcorrecting, and we are the collateral damage. Every unsolved political murder, every intelligence failure that makes no sense, it's them. Cleaning up. But you think that's the secret? You think I'm telling you the answer? Then you're still playing their game. The file ends with a handwritten note. Fresh ink, added long after the original typing. It reads, "I am still here. You know who I am. K." This wasn't a leak from a brave whistleblower. This was a message. Kellerman didn't die in the 1979 crossfire. He survived. He's been hiding in plain sight for over 4 decades inside our government, manipulating the very reality you think you're living in. The file wasn't sent to expose the secret. It was sent because Kellerman wants us to know. He's still running the operation. So the question you should be asking right now isn't what happened. It's who have I trusted that doesn't belong here? You could stop here, but Sundial wasn't the only protocol. There's another. Never declassified, never even acknowledged. The Silence Protocol. In 2001, for exactly 47 minutes, every intelligence agency on Earth went dark. No communications, no signals, no records. 47 minutes of absolute silence. Then everything resumed like nothing happened. I found one signal that broke through, one transmission. It lasted 3 seconds. It said, "Do not look for Protocol 27. This is Vault 27. The vault never closes. The next file is already open."